The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. Let me start at verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell in the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell in the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is which goes to the God of the heavens, the universe, the God of this world as we know it. Their names are Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's Hebrew for Most High, coming in the name of the Son, Yahweh, who the world normally calls Jesus. Yahweh, who the world normally calls God, Most High, Jehovah. Yahweh Shai is his Son, who the world normally calls Jesus Christ or Yeshua. And there's no gods beside them. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit, whom I learned this truth from, and salutations to the elect, whom the Lord have given ears to hear. Now what I have read for you brothers, and you Aqua, you few sisters that watch my videos, is an important prophecy that, as I'm going to show you in a bit, is coming to pass. Now, we normally jump straight to the point of verse 16, but I wanted to start at 14, because these verses spell out the succession on how the earth is going to be changed into a digital society. So first and foremost, it's going to start off by means of those miracles. So that word miracles means a sign, a mark, a token, an unusual occurrence, right? And this is what you'll see before this devil gets physical. Whereas he'll woo the people, with his technology, how it's so-called very helpful for the earth, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Now the beast today will be NATO and the EU, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, right? So after it's concluded, right, that technology is what's best for the world, after it's concluded that technology is what's best for the world, it's going to be forced on the world that they should change their whole lifestyle to center around technology. All right, well, now you can use physical cash, now you can walk around with an ID or a social security card. That's eventually going to come to an end. That's pretty much what we're reading here. That they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right, now the beast, when you go into the breakdown of this chapter, it goes into how one of the heads of the beast was wounded, and then it came back. That's talking about Rome. Rome was wounded, taken down, and came back, which we know today through what we know today as America. America, as you should also know, is a part of NATO and the EU, which the scriptures call the 7 heads and the 10 horns. It says, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. And just like in the ancient world, where those that didn't follow the footsteps of Rome were trampled underfoot, that's what is going to come to in these last days. To where those that don't follow, this new technocracy shall be trampled and killed. All right. Whereas the money is going digital. Again, your lifestyle is going digital. It says, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads. All right. And to prove that you're down with the new system, this new system that's going to be implemented. All right. You will have to receive or take a mark. Now, this mark will be, as you see, this mark goes into the Greek word charagma, which is a stamped and imprinted mark. Things carved, sculptured, right? So it's something that will be imprinted within you, sculpted within you. When you carve or sculpture something, that means you cut into it. And then you go into the word charax, which is the origin of the word charagma. That's a pale or a stake. It says pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. All right. Origin from charazo, to sharpen to a point. So it's something that's going to be carved in you, and this is showing you how it's going to be carved in you. Right? With something known as a well, today doctors would call it a syringe. All right, because a pale or stake or palisade is the bottom part of like a, let's say, a fence, a fence post, to where the bottom part, or something that you're trying to stab into the ground, right? The bottom part of it, especially like in the ancient world, you would sharpen it almost like you look at the point of a pencil. All right, that's how a fence post would normally be. All right, and then of course that goes into grapho, right? So we have charagma, which is a physical implementation, something carved, and then charax, which goes into a palisade, all right, or a stake. And then you have the word agrapho, which means it says to write with reference to the contents of the writing, to express in written characters. Right. So pretty much what's going to happen in these last days is that you will be forced to get an RFID chip in you. All right. There's plenty of breakdowns, brothers constantly going into the understanding of what is the mark of the beast. Now, before I bring out the article, it's important to note that this prophecy will be pushed prior to World War III. World War III is written of in the scriptures as the third world's woe, Salakia, in which portions of the earth will be melted with fire and brimstone. And to prove that, let's grab Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. right? And we, as you know today, this even flaunted on the news that World War III is going to bring out the nuclear missiles of, the nuclear arsenals of these nations. But again, as we just read in verse 10, that means that you have worshiped the image and received this mark. And if you received it, that means it was already pushed, right? So now, with that being said, as we understand the succession of things, again, Revelation 13, right, starting at 14, that he would deceive the world by those miracles, and then soon after, force it, after those miracles, and if you still ain't with it, he's going to be forced on you. So now, when you go on to, I found this article through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, where it says Neuralink gets green light to launch BCI trial in Canada. So it says Neuralink announced that it received approval from Health Canada to launch a study of its brain-computer interface system. The Elon Musk-backed BCI maker can now begin the CAN Prime study, its first international trial. It evaluates the company's fully implantable wireless BCI, building upon the ongoing Prime in the US. Now that CAN Prime study, I looked it up. It says as you see, Neuralink's first clinical trial in Canada is open for recruitment. And one thing, I also looked up, for those who don't know, is that Canada is actually a part of NATO. So again, that's prophecy rearing its head, whereas it says the miracles that he showed in the sight of the beast. So it says, we are thrilled to announce that we have received approval from Health Canada to launch the CAN Prime study, our first international trial that he calls it all. This investigational medical device trial for our fully implantable wireless brain-computer interface builds upon the successes of our ongoing Prime study in the U.S. and marks an important step towards developing innovative BCI technology that has the potential to transform the lives of individuals with neurological disorders around the world. Similar to the Prime study, the CAN Prime study aims to evaluate the safety of our implant and surgical robot and assesses the initial functionality of our BCI for enabling people with quadriplegia to control external devices with their thoughts. The trial is currently open to Canadian residents with limited or no ability to use both hands due to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or cervical spinal cord injury. And then you see they're allowing people to sign up for their trials. So it says back here, Neuralink said, it evaluates the company's fully implantable wireless BCI. All right, building upon the ongoing Prime study in the U.S. If I'm not mistaken, Prime also means first, Salakia. So it says the Prime study is designed to measure the impact of a test and intervention on outcomes and costs, and provide a blueprint for how the healthcare industry Tetra. All right, bear with me. So what I'm believing that means the prime study is pretty much the the test run for the first Neuralink patient, or the first few Neuralink patients in the U.S. But it reads on, it says, Neuralink said the study marks an important step towards developing innovative BCI technology that has the potential to transform the lives of individuals with neurological disorders around the world. Again, that he calls it all, first and foremost through the means of those miracles. Like the PRIME study, CAN-PRIME aims to evaluate the safety of the Neuralink implant and surgical robot. It looks at the initial functionality of the BCI, called telepathy, and enabling people with quadriplegia to control external devices with their thoughts. Neuralink opened the trial to Canadian residents with limited or no ability to use both hands due to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or cervical spinal cord injury. The company completed the first human implant of its BCI in January. A 9-minute live stream demonstration showed Nolan Alberg using the Neuralink BCI to move a computer cursor and play chess online. The company also shared plans for another human implant this past summer. The remotely rechargeable implant goes along with electrode lace threads that go further into the brain. It says the company also has a R1 robot designed to implant the BCI while avoiding vasculature. Right? So this devil is he's ready. The scriptures say in the book of Job that he is going to eat. Job 20:23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. We read that in Revelation 14:9. And shall rain upon him while he is eating. But again, this just proves a point that World War III will not come until this chip is pushed. However, I also want to bring out the fact that his words, right, which you have something, I was looking it up. It's called hook, line, and sinker. So it says used to emphasize that someone has been completely deceived or tricked. Oh, it's lucky. Right? So it says Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So now you know. Now you know what comes hereafter. All right. Best just wait for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hey, when Yahushai comes, he's bringing those new bodies with him. If you are of the elect of Israel, that is. Right? But, our job is to warn you. What you do thereafter is up to you. So if that, shalom to the elect.